Next up for review, it's Prowl. Now, I wasn't 100% sure if I was going to get this guy. Because the Wave 2 for Deluxe is Iran-Hide, Prowl, 6-Gun, and Chromia. And I knew I wasn't going to get Chromia. Because Chromia is just a repaint, basically, of Moonracer from Titans, from Power of the Primes. I think it's Moonracer. But with the combining gimmick removed. And that there's just no point in getting her. There are better Chromias on the market, in my opinion. So, unfortunately, when I hit up that EB Games, which was the word I was looking for, they didn't have 6-Gun anymore. They had 2 Chromias, a Prowl, and an Iran-Hide. So I picked up Prowl. But yeah, there's the figure. There's his picture. Deluxe class. Same old box crap. Yeah. Maybe one day I'll learn not to buy every toy in a wave, but you know, there's things and stuff and obligatory product shots and freaking cross sells of Battle Masters and Battle Masters. Oh wait, they're both Battle Masters. Part of me wants that bat that's an axe. So we'll see if it ever shows up on this side of North America. And yeah. Now we're going to get him out very shortly. Again. Blah, editing. Blah. So here's Prowl. And first off, he's a little bit stubby. I'd compare him to Iran-Hide, but at the end of the... He's in alt mode, so... Give it a quick second. Or pop that panel straight off. Do 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 do. I forgot to mention, but this is... I should have said it in the Iran-Hide video, but... God damn it. Move! It's not... Like this swivel is definitely the feature of the transformation. But you can kind of see just how much stubbier Prowl is than Iran-Hide. If I had a flat surface I was using, I'd be able to demonstrate this easier. But he's surprisingly short. And he's decent is the best way I can describe him. Okay, not great, but not terrible either. If you want, he kind of has that thing where his torso's just a skeleton, but covered in panels. It's really kind of unfortunate, but it's kind of just the way he transforms. He gets lumbered with that. I do kind of love the auto badge right there on his boob. But yeah, Prowl's that kind of iconic hood, chest, door, wings, shin, feet, Autobot aesthetic that people tend to love. And I can kind of see why. That head sculpt is pretty good for Prowl. He's kind of got like a generic, like a generic serious face on. But the head crest is perfect, and it's a nice stark white helmet on a ball joint. A little bit of side to side. Again, No light piping. Sad. He's got the yellow robot arrow on his crotch. More yellow on his on the black pieces. On the black pieces? His arms are more black than anything, so like upward arrows on his I don't remember what this piece is. Above the elbow. He's got a little bit of translucentness covered in silver paint on his back. And overall, just a lot less detail. His shins have another auto badge. And some more of that translucent plastic, but with silver paint apps to kind of be the back windshield of his car mode. And his feet are just the back end of his car, which is always kind of weird to me because like he's got heel spurs, but it doesn't feel like they're balanced properly. So it's kind of his heels only go from here to here, and it kind of feels like I'm struggling to balance him when I'm trying to stand him up. And just the idea of like this style bumper feet have always weirded me compared to like most people's actual feet that look like feet. But I definitely get what this guy's going for. A stylized version of like classics again. Like he's definitely better than that Classics 06 hampered redesign, or Class 6 if you insist. And here he is next to Masterpiece Blue Streak. I'm pretty sure this is a knockoff because I can tell by this floopy knee and this floopy elbow, but he's the closest I have to Prowl. You can kind of see just how weird this design of feet are. I don't know. This is going for a more strictly faithful interpretation of his Fair Lady Zed car turning into a robot. Oh god, he's fun. Well, this guy takes a definitely more stylized approach to it. And that brings me to the one thing I've been thinking about. Why is Prowl in War for Cybertron if it's not just classics again? Because it's the thing. Because he wasn't in the game. He wasn't a playable character in the game. Because why would you have a police in a war? What sense does him being a police officer in a war make? But, definitely need a new toy. Because again, just like Ironhide, the most recent Prowl toy was that wave of Combiner Wars that I never saw ever. He's got quite a bit of detail in the black plastic though. And overall I do think he definitely looks good. But he's definitely the odd one out in the bunch, in my opinion. We do have his gun, which has his light bar, which I guess is the best place. You could also just put it on his backpack, or say on his shoulder, on his forearm, just like every other toy in this wave, in this toy line. You can also take off the light bar, and it's on a peg, so you can peg it in wherever you want. And you can just leave the gun the way it is. It kind of looks dumb in solid white. It doesn't look nearly as cool as it does in silver. It's Prowl. They're definitely probably going to repaint this into blue streak and smoke screen. And I don't really mind that. Oh. Instructions. But to transform him, where to begin? Actually, you can leave that on. Can you do it? Yes, you can. What? Oh, no, we don't want to do that yet. We want to do articulation because I barely touched on it. There. As mentioned, head's on a ball joint, a little bit up and down, full swivel, a little bit of side to side. Shoulders are on a transformation joint right here, which unfortunately doesn't lock. They're on a, I want to say universal joint, so you get full forwards. You can get in and out under it, which looks good. Bicep swivel, basically 90-degree elbow joint, which kind of disappears a little, but there is, you can see the material inside. He does have a wrist swivel, which is very nice. Waist, whoomp, very, very nice. Hips go forward, they can go back, they can go. They're lightly detented. I don't know if you can hear that. I don't know why, but they are. Thigh swivel. Very nice. That much range. He does have beyond 90 degrees of knee bend for transformation. And the... Oh, his ankle can hinge inward. And it can also fold up for transformation. It can go down. It can go that far. You can keep it there if you want. And the back of his foot can tab in, fold in, also for transformation. Now, we can actually... Oh, yes, his door wings are on hinges. Mostly for transformation, but if you don't like the door wings, you can just kind of put them off to the back like that. And you won't see them from the front. But he has door wings. Door wings are iconic, so we'll give him the door wings. So again, transform. You pull all this up. You're going to want to fold the chest piece in. I believe it tabs it. Actually, you want to fold the top, this piece of his car back in, and then fold that in. And then bring it all the way down and rip off the light bar. I'll pick that up in a second. Then good old rotation on the waist. Fold the heel spurs in if you haven't already. You can peg the legs together if you want right now. And make sure the heels tab in right there. Fold the legs together. And accordion them into place, making sure the top of the car goes snugly right in there. Then you can peg the windshield, the doors, stupid, basically into place. They're small peg holes right there. I mean, they are peg holes, so that's and the same thing on the other side. And then fold the shoulders down. You can fold the arms out to give them clearance. Bring them in. Fold them down. And you have a car mode. And I definitely don't think this looks like a Fair Lady Z. Or is it Z? I think it's a Fair Lady Z. But tab this back in. And just to show you, I will be right back. Yeah, it took me a couple minutes, but here's example. This is a Fair Lady Z. I guess this is supposed to be a Cybertronian police car. Again, Why do you have a police car in a war? Like, on Earth it makes sense. You know, disguise, robots in disguise and all that. There are police cars everywhere. They're supposed to be the good guys. It makes sense. But on Cybertron, why? I don't know. But definitely this guy shrinks up quite a bit. And also, hello. Visible head syndrome. It's right there. I don't hate this car mode. It's definitely long, like disproportionately long hooded, like a Fairlady is. So it's like taking design cues from its granddad. He's got what I assume is Cybertronian on each side of his door. I hope it's not the same thing that Jazz has or had. No, he still has, because I have the Wave 1 Jazz where he actually has that on his doors before they got rid of it. But yeah, all the translucent lines up now. Looks pretty good for windshield and back windscreen. The tires are translucent, which confuses me, but they roll fairly well. And overall, there's just not a lot of detail on the car. Like, we're looking at this. Where would you think the headlights were? But you're wrong, because there are those little yellow paint apps right there on each side. I really want to take like some paint and paint in that section to make it properly look like headlights. Never will. He's got vents on his hood, and honestly, not much else. A little bit of grill action. But on the bottom, it's just a folded up robot. Like, you can see the arms and head right there in his spine. I bet Sub-Zero would have quite a bit of fun ripping that spine out. Wait, Sub-Zero's not. Get over here! But as soon as I said Sub-Zero, I thought of get over here. No, that's Scorpion. His gun, though, has a semi-unique way to tab in. It has that square peg right there for the square hole in his light bar. So that still looks dumb. So let's ignore that and pretend like we never saw it. Prowl in War for Cybertron Siege, I feel like he doesn't make sense in the toy line, in the sense of everyone else. Like, a van kind of makes sense, because you can carry a lot of people. I don't know. Car carrier, because you carry a lot of cars. I'm trying to... Shockwave is a spaceship. Megatron is a tank. Those things make sense in a war. Like, not... I mean, I keep bringing back to war. It made sense on Cybertron. Guys like Sideswipe and friggin' him, Prowl, don't really make a lot of sense, because we're trying to make real world sense work on that advanced alien planet. So who am I to judge? It's just a nice excuse to get another Prowl toy, because the only other one I have in this style is the Beast Hunters one, the Prime Beast Hunters, which is a nightmare. It's not right, Soundwave. You're damn right it is. I hate that thing. Right. But this guy, much easier to transform. Good looking robot mode. Out of these two, I more recommend Iran Hide. He's definitely more fun to play with. And he's solid. He's more solid. Like, things don't feel loose on this guy, where if I mess with him, the only thing that'll move that I don't want to move is that piece. But this guy, his shoulders kind of aren't the best. And he has awkward times standing up on these. Still, if you're looking for a new Prowl figure, he's not bad. I'd give him close to a 6 out of 10. Maybe 6.5. He's not perfect, but he's like, the flaws are smaller than I make them seem. But, yeah, that'll do it for this video. I don't have any good jokes for Prowl. Although I'm probably going to put him on my shelf and replace my table, which does not have keys on it. But probably take off the Energon Prowl, because even though that guy is nostalgia, this guy fits better into that collection of stuff. So for all, overall, recommend him. Recommend Ironhide. Ironhide. I actually did that. I mispronounced his name. It's Ironhide. Never forget that it's Ironhide. Yeah. I was trying to think of something else, but I've said it before that War for Cybertron Siege is hitting out of the park way more often than not. And even the one I'm not going to pick up, Chromia, she's worthwhile. Some people like, she's not a terrible toy. It's just, I'm not going to pick her up. She's not for me. She might be for you, but I'm probably not going to review her unless for some reason somebody sent her to me. And, yeah. Thank you for watching. I hope you have enjoyed. Wee wah, wee wah, wee wah, wee wah, wee wah, wee wah, wah, wah. Drive sober or get pulled over. Keep it weird.